it like hurts right down here once you know the truth, and then you see so many people that are all deceived, like the church, not Jesus's church, but Sunday going to church. They're all teaching a deceptive lie. They've been deceived because they don't choose to look back and see how their own Bible has been edited. But that's a whole different video, I think. But the point in this one is, if you was to research something correctly, you don't just stick with the one source. You find conflicting sources. You find other sources that, from a different point of view, they might not agree with it, but then that source will then mention what they say they don't agree with, making fun of a person, so you can understand. You can verify in context, is basically what I'm saying. But a really interesting thing to look at, besides the quick fact that all three top world leaders, Xi Jinping, Putin, and Biden, they are all participants or members or followers of some kind of Catholic system. Xi Jinping and Biden and Putin are state sponsored, but still, like, you go to a Catholic church there, and instead of the Mary picture, you have Xi Jinping. But anyway, now something really, really interesting people don't ever want to look at. Besides the Pope being the Antichrist biblically, real quick recap, he's contractually unifying religions and beliefs, then dissolving them, saying that we believe in basically the same thing, so we only need Catholicism. He's doing that, and he has a 7-year covenant that he's pushing with the entire world called Laudato Si. What it is, where it's, there's climate change, greenhouse gases, all this stuff, but um, they're wanting to change the Lord's Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday and put in Sunday laws so that nobody does stuff really on Sunday like we're supposed to do on sabbatical Sabbath. So, dang it, of course my wife has this message me right in the middle of this. Um, but besides all the signs in the Bible pointing to biblically the Antichrist being the Pope, look at how all three top leaders are followers of Catholicism. But then also look at this. Muslims believe that they are currently in their last Ramadan, that they will then destroy Israel July 8th of this year. That's what some radicals are starting to believe and starting to preach, teach, whatever you want to call it. But if you actually researched into what they believe in the end times, they believe that they will team up with somebody or some people in order to destroy Israel. Guess who? Rome. Yeah, the Romans, they're supposed to team up with the Romans. Who's in Rome? The Pope. So, yeah, it verifies by biblical scripture from the opposite point of view. Their holiest night of Ramadan, I can't even pronounce it, starts with an L. It's like the 27th, 28th day of their Ramadan month. This year, it fell on the exact day of Nisan 24, first month, 24th day. What happened on that day back in history? Well, after being 3 weeks into a battle, Michael the Archangel overthrew the devil and his demon angels, and they came falling to the earth. And that's exactly what the Muslims believe, that it's the night that their angels fell. Now, I'm not here to make stipulations or anything at all. But really, if you look at everything, it is almost like they have been deceived by the devil himself, because it's all the reverse point of views. What I find odd, right quick though, is that all this stuff with how the Muslim and the Middle East communities believe that it's their job to punish Israel, and that this is their last Ramadan and all that. You'd figure at least on the news somewhere to be like, hey, be on the lookout because these people really fully, wholeheartedly believe that some crazy stuff's gonna happen. And they live by that. But then China, what we don't hear from China is that daily they are very vocal about how Taiwan is theirs. Taiwan never has left China. It's just like a little kid kind of trying to be an independent street, but it's still China. They feel it is still their land. And they say they are going to bring them back under their wing here soon. They're going to remind them that they are Chinese, basically. They are going to get them and bring them back. Ground them. You'd figure we hear something about that on the news. No, we heard that they talked to Xi Jinping, but wouldn't give us the logs of the phone call. But the Chinese reported that he asked, is the situation with the policy on Taiwan still the same? And yes, it is still the same, he said. And also said that that would push a wedge basically between U.S. and Chinese relationship. But you don't hear much about that. Yeah, the senator, or, they sent people out there to talk to him, show a little bit of support, but still you don't hear that. They are very vocal about this. The point being is, if you really look into things, it's all connected. The Jain monks had it correct when they say all truth combined is the only actual, real, honest truth. And that makes sense. A better way to say that would be, take a whole bunch of people I've known all my life. My friends as a kid, my family as a kid, friends as a teenager, I hate that word. The people that were my fans when I did music, the people I worked with when I did music, people nowadays, my kids, people I've worked with, get them all in a room. A whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people in a room. I lived in like 17 states. That's a lot of people. Anyway, get all of them in a room. Ask them, who am I? And what do I do? Every single person answer is going to be totally different on both questions. But every single person is correct. Makes sense? So the same story can be looked at many different ways, interpreted different ways, because in their point of view, but it's still true to them. And it really did happen. People don't understand this. And people don't understand that intelligence, the progression of intelligence, knowledge, and technology has not been linear over time. You think the dinosaurs are the only ones that got extinct? I mean, look at the Romans. They paved their roads back in the day. 2,000 years ago, they were paving their roads. And then that stopped for a while. Why? The Roman Empire got conquered. They were the ones who had the technology and the knowledge. They took it with them. There's so many keys to the puzzle. There's so many little steps you gotta sit and go through in the correct way just to even get to where the truth is really playing in front of your face.